So today we are absolutely over the moon to have our amazing Linda McMahon with us today.
The originator of the FF movement.
Mm-hmm. And a year to the day. Can you believe it? You've
Absolutely.
been with us a year.
Exactly 1 year today that I joined Cinch Fast 30.
Amazing. And for anybody who doesn't know what FF means, it is freaking fabulous. You can use whatever F word what you want there. But I think if we open with that story, how did this all come about? So it was on our French retreat that we uncovered this story, and ever since you've been known as FF Linda.
Yes, it was indeed. I am one of my favourite perfumes is a lovely Tom Ford perfume.
There's one we made earlier.
Which obviously that is the name of the perfume. It starts with FF. And we were just having a conversation amongst ourselves. We were loving life, and I just came out with this saying, do you know something? I'm FF. Because I am FF.
I just told it up there, anybody can read it themselves. We're not going to say the words.
Exactly. And one of the other lovely cinchers called Linda, the other Linda, who is my buddy, who started at the same time as me.
There's a lot of Lindas in Cinch.
She says, "You're not FF." I says, "I am." And she says, "You know, I am." And I says, I told her what my version of what FF really meant, and we all laughed. She says, "Oh no," she says, "I thought you were a fat effer." And I go, "Hello, no." So obviously that caused a lot of laughter and fun throughout the whole retreat.
Yes, this was in France, and oh my goodness, you could have heard us laughing in the next village.
And FF was coined from that moment.
FF started.
So anybody asks you, how are you? I'm freaking fabulous. Even if
totally FF.
If you were feeling like you'd been dragged through your head backwards and you look the same, I'm FF. So.
But it just encapsulates, I suppose, that positive mindset that we just can't believe how positive you are about life in general. Such a breath of fresh air.
Well, thank you, girls.
And you are what you say you are. So if you say you're FF, then the world has to believe it. So
absolutely,
it all starts with you.
Yes,
thank you so much.
Yeah, positive mindset.
Positive mindset. And from the FF, we're now holding a retreat called the Frickin' Fabulous Retreat in Fermanagh.
That'll be some crack now.
A couple of weeks. So look what you've started. So that's how we know Linda. So you started exactly 1 year ago today.
Exactly 1 year ago today.
And how did you start? Where did you even find out about Cinch?
Well, it has intermittent fasting has been talked about in my family for maybe quite a few years because of my oldest son, who does that for training for certain sports activities, and he used to bore the life out of me talking about it because he believed in it so much. And I mean, I could see that it worked for him, but he just was so scientific in his descriptions and what it was doing to your body, what it wasn't doing. It was just in one ear, out the other.
You turned
too
off.
much, blah, blah, blah for me. Not interested. No, not for me. And then we were away on a family gathering, all the families together, and it was one of my daughter-in-laws said, you could do intermittent fasting. She says, because you don't even eat breakfast, you don't like it. And I says, no, I'm not a morning person. And I think maybe it planted a seed, and I maybe Googled something about it, and the next thing, Cinch Fast 30 came up, and I thought, I'm going to start following these girls. Then I started following their stories, and I thought, these girls are effing fabulous. So funny. I like their vibe. I can get these girls. They make it sound real that an ordinary book standard person can do. So I just pulled on my big girl pants and signed up, and I haven't looked back since.
Amazing. We are so glad for the day you signed up.
Totally.
As soon as the very first Zoom you did, I remember your wee face, and I remember elbowing Nicola going, your woman's great. You were like, no, well, now girls, it wasn't great at the weekend. I think that one of the things about the Cinch Fast 30, everybody's open and honest. There's no judgment. Everybody's just like, well, it wasn't great at the weekend. But sure, today's a new day, and you were very much like that.
Absolutely. I do like we going out from a wee glass of wine and a nice meal.
Bad juice, as you call it, Linda.
My grandchildren christened it as bad juice. Granny, are you having some bad juice? And I said, it's just a little. And the thing about it is, with this whole Cinch Fast program, yes, absolutely, do your best at all times to stick to it. But it's not set in stone. You can have a day off.
Absolutely.
You can have a week off.
Yeah.
It doesn't do
You
it.
can have a
There's
week
no
off.
wagon to fall off.
Absolutely. It's not going to kill you, because do you know what it is? When you come back home again, You just, because you know what to do, you just get yourself pulled together, good few tight days, and then a few pounds just disappear again.
I think that it's so flexible, you know, you can just fit it into your lifestyle, and we're all different lifestyles, but you just pick your window and go for it.
Yeah, totally.
So when you started off, so you were apprehensive about it all, and then when you read up and you realised it was quite a simple concept, so how did you feel in those early days when you were doing intermittent fasting?
I was just really, you know, I'm one of these people, if I get into something, I could probably get a bit obsessive about it.
Okay.
I have quite a variation of things I could
Yes, we'll get on to that.
over the years. So this, I think, is my thing now at the minute. Is my, I wouldn't say obsession, it is now my way of life. It has just changed the way I look at things.
Yeah.
And I just found it so easy. And just the amazing thing was you could just see the scales moving.
Yes.
Brilliant.
And I'm thinking, like, these scales are moving and I'm doing nothing. Like, I mean, yes, I was doing my walking and my exercising, but I mean, I wasn't thinking how many calories is in this or points or any of these.
I think that's the
nonsense.
beauty of it.
Yeah.
You know, it is easy to get your head around.
Anybody
isn't it?
can do it. Anybody, if you've just got the right mindset.
That's exactly what
And
it's all about.
you know, sometimes yes, you might fall off the wagon a wee bit, but we've got such a great support group with yourselves and all the girls.
Yeah.
All you need to do is put a wee thing into the group, and they're all saying, "Oh, come on now, you girlie, you can do it."
You're better than that. You're FF. Don't be doing that.
Don't you dare let the side down. Come on, keep going. Yeah,
it's hard to do
love
it on your own, but when you've got a support network.
The support network, and that's why, I mean, obviously I'm sure there's a lot of people join and maybe only stay the month and they think they can do it by themselves, and maybe some people can, but for me, like 1 year on, like I'm still here because I want that support network.
Yes, and it's like you're going out tonight with the girls that you've done it for a year with.
Such friends as I've made. Like this time last year I didn't know any of you, and I just feel,
I know, now we're sitting in our beautiful home.
Yeah, no, I just feel, you know, you can lift the phone to any of you and have a wee chat and have the crack,
and that's it. Everybody's down to earth and welcoming, and there's no judgment if you have a
No,
bad day.
no.
Nobody's going, oh dear, you can't, we've just had scones.
Yeah,
like there's no guilt, you know.
Yeah, nobody died, it's okay.
Yeah, it's absolutely okay.
Yeah.
So how much weight have you lost, Linda?
I, at my very best, it's 2 stone 2 pounds.
Wow,
brilliant.
Now I am at the 2 stone mark because them naughty wee 2 pounds.
They're up and down.
Well, that was Christmas.
Yeah, at Christmas. I don't know,
nothing.
2 pounds. But again, what I would say now is, and to anybody new joining, just the scales. In fact, I am, like, my scales at the minute, I'm trying not to even look at them because they're not important.
Yeah.
But psychologically, for a lot of people, they think, oh, what is it today?
Yeah.
On,
It can be a
on,
day
off.
runner.
Yeah.
Totally.
Whereas, and the one thing I really did wrong, which is big slap on the wrist, and anybody new starting, please take your measurements.
Yes, definitely, because the
Uh-huh.
scales are liars.
The scales don't tell it all.
True reflection.
Because I didn't take my measurements, and in fact still haven't, and maybe I will.
A year on,
gonna
you
do
should
it
today.
A year on, as long as you haven't got a set of flipping.
We'll do them.
What do you call it? I was going to say
Tape
scales.
measure.
Tape measure. No tape measures. I'll do that myself. Thank
But you
you.
measured yours with your clothes.
But what happened to me was sort of almost like halfway through my year, I tried on the dress that I'd had for my daughter's wedding. And now on the day of my daughter's wedding, as far as I was concerned, I was totally FF.
Right.
But I tried that dress on and it was hanging on me.
Wow.
And I thought, oh my goodness, the waist was out, the hips, like, I mean, it was just so loose.
Wow.
But yet, going by the scales, I was 10 pound heavier
No.
on the day that I tried it on compared to what I was the day I wore it.
Good grief.
And how long
So-
ago was that, the wedding?
Oh, that was 5 years ago nearly now.
Wow.
You know?
That's a really good measurement.
But
yes.
to me, because I always remember, like, even the day of the wedding, thinking, just be careful sitting down here, you know.
Yes.
Whereas, like,
Now you put it on.
now
Hang
I could
it on,
throw it over my head without even trying to
Oh my
button
goodness.
it.
Wow, no, that is
Yeah.
a really good
Yeah.
point. To don't go by the
Don't go the scales.
No,
Yeah.
and take your photographs at the beginning because you will not believe. It's almost like a fat suit comes off. Is the only way I can
Yeah.
describe it.
Yes.
It comes off everywhere.
Yes.
And it's like this new part. Because I remember being really obsessed about my tummy. And then, but my bum went. I remember my Heidi, who was like 6 or 7 at the time, going, "Mummy, where did your bottom go?" And I was like, "Oh, I wasn't even expecting that." You know,
Yes.
it comes off, and until you see the photographs and the measurements, as you say, you don't believe it.
No.
But it is like. And had you tried to lose weight before?
Always. Like, I mean, all my life. I mean, Literally.
And I think it gets you a certain age as well, and you kind of think, oh, well, then that's
and then
me,
you sort of get into that middle age and you're into your 50s, that wee middle, the muffin thing. Whereas I find it, I'm not saying it has disappeared, but it has certainly shrunk.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm happy to tuck something into my trousers now, whereas I wouldn't have done before.
Yes, I'm the same. I was
like,
I'd never tucked in before, and I'm like,
it's worth the belt.
Yeah.
Another thing, again, even though I might have lost weight over the years with different things, in all the losing weight, I never would have lost weight off my face.
Okay.
Whereas this time now, yes of course, I mean, it is
your
what it is.
Those photos are
So
brilliant.
I have some horrendous pictures of like, I mean, I do not know what I thought. I still thought I was FF. But I mean, I was like a tank. My face was so fat. But like, I mean, there's not a diet on this earth that is going to say you're going to lose weight off your face. You know, that doesn't happen. But with intermittent fasting, it did come off my face. So for that, I am eternally grateful.
But you look 15 years younger, like you really do. You know, it is incredible.
Yeah, you're 62.
62.
Grandmother of 7.
Grandmother of 7.
And you have the best attitude to life. And as you say, you've
So
seen many
refreshing.
things in your career. So talk us through a wee bit of those.
Oh my goodness, I've tried it all. I mean, I worked in my first job was in an estate agents, and then we bought our family business. Oh, I should also add that I'm like a baker's wife. We own an actual home bakery. So if someone who owns a bakery that's surrounded day and night with cakes, buns and whatever, if I can do it, trust me, anybody can do it.
Yeah, the food is beautiful. You've just tried it.
But so then we concentrated on our family business for quite a while, and then after that, it's actually whenever we moved to this house, because there was a lot of grounds and a lot of garden, and I was interested in flowers, so I took into thinking, I'd like to go and train to be a florist. So, I mean, I did years at Greenmount College, did all my floristry exams, and then I opened my own shop in the town Market Hill here. It was called Buds and Blooms. And I had that for 8 years. And then the bakery business got so much busier, and I was busy doing brickwork for it, doing that. It's still kids doing exams, and I thought, no,
you can't do everything.
Finish Buds and Blooms, get that rented out to somebody else, that's their problem. And then I got more into my fitness and whatever, and started to get to love yoga, and then decided to be a yoga teacher.
Brilliant.
So did my whole yoga teacher training, which was fabulous, loved it, and great friends again there too. And next thing, I just had qualified. I managed to get, like, I think it was about 4 classes, and I had full classes, I had 12 people in my class. COVID.
Oh goodness.
So everything was shut down. So that's a good 2 years almost ago now.
Yeah.
And I've just, my mojo has gone. I mean, I still love yoga, but I'm not interested in going back to teaching. It's not me anymore.
You've moved on to Cinch.
I've moved on to Cinch Fast. That is my thing.
What about the reflexology? Was it not
Sorry, you are right. You see, so many.
You've done so many.
I did reflexology as well, and good enough. I was sort of more doing that family and friends, and then obviously Reiki.
That's right. I forgot about the Reiki.
I'm a Reiki. I've done different kinds of Reiki training. In fact, the first one I ever did was angelic Reiki, and actually went on to do my masters in angelic Reiki, but never. It wasn't for me. I sort of went into it by mistake, and then I'm just I took a wee, just a little U-turn.
You have to try these things.
Try everything, try anything. So no, I do practice my Reiki, again, family, friends and whatever.
We'll need a
Reiki.
session before we leave, by the way.
Distance Reiki, but no, and as I say, busy with all the grandkids.
What about, with the intermittent fasting? So you've lost weight, but what about, are you sleeping better or energy?
Loads of energy. I just love getting out walking. I go to my Pilates, the Reformer Pilates, 2 mornings a week, which is really tough.
Oh, it's hard.
Yeah,
it's hardcore Pilates.
Hardcore Pilates.
You have the energy of a 30-year-old. Even on the retreat, you were the first one to say yes to the paragliding.
I know. Yeah, well, when I left home, I had no notion of doing it, but sure.
One drink in, you were like, I'm up for that.
I do it. It was actually one of your lovely cinchers, Linda McMahon.
Yes.
She categorised me in saying, Linda, you'll go to the opening of an envelope. I hadn't heard that saying before, and I thought, that is me.
I'm there.
If I can say yes,
But you have the best attitude to life, and I think it's like a life's for living attitude, which is just infectious.
100%. Honestly, we're all privileged to get every day and make the most of it. And don't be worrying about what you ate yesterday. It doesn't matter. Today is a new day. And tomorrow's going to be an even better day.
Yes,
exactly.
and when we were in the retreat, used to say to us, I get to do this.
I said, I don't have to do it.
You're right.
I get to do it.
And it's a brilliant attitude to have in life. It really is.
It is, and that's a really good, like, so you wake up today and you're thinking, oh, I'm hungry. I really just want to eat my breakfast. No, I get to fast. I get to allow my body to rest. I get to, and that's a brilliant way to even reframe everything.
It is. And another lifesaver for me personally is the sparkling water.
Yes.
You love that. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it didn't so much before, but I started to think, okay, at night time, but again, it's a habit. People are in so many bad habits.
Yes, it is. It's all habit.
Like you're so inclined to sit down at night, pour a wee glass of wine, watch Netflix, and then next thing, I'll have a wee pack of crisps.
Yeah.
Or maybe a wee nut, or maybe need a wee dip.
We cheese board.
Crisps. Maybe not. That would be pushing it on a normal night. But just the weekends, yes. And I says, right, so I got the sparkling water into the nice big wine glass or the gin glass.
Yeah.
Loads of ice. And you know, it's lovely.
Yeah. And because you've got that, you're sort of tricking your mind to think it's your mind is, and you're just, it's a habit. You're looking for that
breaking
one
that
thing.
habit.
But it's really, really lovely. I mean, it's so, and the hot water.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hot water. Oh my word.
Who would have thought you'd be drinking a wee cup
Again,
of hot
a year or
water?
more ago, like it took me a while into Cinch before I
Got
could
the hot
do
water.
the hot water. You know,
The
you used to
GLT,
talk
as
about
my
it.
daughter
Yes,
calls
GLT.
it.
And I used to
GLT.
think, no, I don't know about hot water.
So it's a wee mug of hot water to close
And
your
now,
window.
oh my
Lovely.
goodness, I look forward to it first thing in the morning.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, or even nighttime before we go to bed. It's so
Yeah,
soothes
you
your
open
stomach.
your window with that and you close your window. It's like pulling the visual shutter down or opening the shutter.
And it actually, to me, it actually tastes quite sweet.
Yes, me too.
I don't know why.
I get what you mean. I get what you mean.
Yeah. No, it's lovely.
Yeah. So talk us through an average day for you. What does an FF day for you look like?
Well, my FF day, I'm up round about 7:30, 8 o'clock. And I tiddle about, come downstairs, get my hot water. And the house is quiet, there's nobody else up. Maybe sit down, maybe have a wee nosy and see what Cinch Fast have been doing on their stories, or some of the rest of the girls to see what the crack is. And my daughter usually calls in on her way to work every day. And I've now literally just got her onto the hot water.
Good.
But she would have called every morning for a nice coffee on her way to work. And we would have had a wee catch up then. Up usually go to Pilates about 9:30, so I'm ready to go on the road to get that done, and back from that maybe another coffee. And I usually don't open my window any day until about 1 o'clock. And I've been in a habit which again I might need to address and change it slightly, but normally it's really nice granola, loads of nice Greek yogurt, blueberries, strawberries.
That's amazing. I love all of that.
Yeah.
You just feel full of goodness.
And again, recently a big dollop of peanut butter in the middle of it.
Oh, nice.
Because peanut butter was never my thing either.
Right.
This was an acquired
That's right.
taste.
You're new to the party.
Oh my goodness, it is
Oh, I
so
love peanut butter.
lovely.
Me too.
And really, I mean, that really fills me. So, like sometimes I can hardly finish it. Maybe my portions is slightly large, but it's all good stuff.
It's all amazing stuff.
Then in the afternoon, I maybe have another coffee. And maybe even a hot water. And I do try some of the herbal teas, but they're not just 100% me. I'd rather have my coffee or my hot water.
Yeah.
And then I always try to aim to have my afternoon meal finished by 5 o'clock.
Okay.
And it's usually potatoes, not too many potatoes, and veg, and like chicken, meat, fish,
Gorgeous.
just a mixture. And then that is it. Window is shut.
Closed.
And how did you find that early days? Was that hard? What was your pain point? Was it the eating and grazing or?
No, well, do you know, we always would have had it about 5 o'clock anyway.
Good.
So that was okay. Probably not coming in, for anybody coming into the summer months, it's going to be so much easier because you can go out for a walk.
Absolutely. It's
Get
getting in the house.
yourself away from the kitchen, get outside.
Get away from the fridge.
Definitely.
Yes.
Those grey skies.
And don't buy the rubbish. You
No.
know, people are like,
No.
oh, I eat crisps in the evening. Well, if the crisps weren't in the house,
Exactly.
you
Don't
wouldn't-
buy them, yeah.
Yes. I mean, literally, I have a crisp cupboard in there, and it is filled to the brim. But do you know what's filled to the brim of? Watsits and Quavers for the
For the
grandchildren.
kids, and you wouldn't eat
I wouldn't
those.
eat them. I don't like them.
Yeah, only buy crisps
Yeah.
you don't like.
Uh-huh.
See, I'd be all over those.
And my poor husband, every night, he said, "Is there no crisps?" And I said, "Yes, the cupboard's full."
That is a really good tip. Do not buy
ones you like.
rubbish you like,
Yeah.
because you're just going to eat
Or
them.
I'll buy crisps that he likes, like prawn cocktail or something.
That's a good
You
idea.
know,
Yeah.
Somebody
And
once
chocolate.
somebody else once likened it like if you were an alcoholic, you wouldn't have wine in the house. I'm a crispaholic, so do not have crisps in my house,
Yeah.
because I'm going to eat every last one of them.
Favorite chocolate biscuits. If I buy, the Kit Kats, 24
Yes.
Kit Kats, those 24 Kit Kats will be in me.
I know it is. It's all
So-
if the temptation's there.
It takes
But,
the greatest will in the world.
You just some days. Or do you know another thing that I do? I have done just recently. I actually forgot to mention this before, even in our group. If I'm really thinking, I'll go upstairs and brush my teeth.
It's a great one. It's like locking the door.
That closes your
You've
window
got that
all right.
nice fresh taste in your mouth, and that's good.
That's
That's
a
it.
great tip. Yeah. So the hot water's a good tip to suppress your hunger.
Yeah.
Brushing your teeth to close that sort of
Yeah.
visualization. When the
That's
window closes at 5, sort of visualize shop shutter.
That's the
Yeah.
going.
Nothing else is
You
going
you
in.
shouldn't need to eat more in the
No,
evening. Like
it's not need.
it is
it's
just
habit.
it's just
a
habit.
wee habit.
It's not like your
It's
body's
just
going, "Oh, I need
a
food."
habit.
It's just habit.
And did it teach you self-discipline?
Yes, I've been very disciplined.
Good.
I'm surprised myself
Yeah.
sometimes, but even like my husband, like he would say, "For goodness sake, give yourself a break." And I says, "No, I'm happy.
Yes,
Yeah.
you want to be.
Because you feel more in
I'm in a
control.
good place.
I'm
Yeah.
FF.
And I mean, yeah, I definitely, and like it's just even the whole clothes situation. Oh my goodness, I have shipped out clothes that I am determined I'll never be in again. I'll never be
Brilliant.
that size again.
Brilliant.
So, if I can just maintain where I am, doing what I'm doing, I'm happy enough.
Yeah.
If that wee £2 would go, I'd be even happier. But again, that's only a number. I
Yeah,
get
absolutely.
the measuring tape out. Maybe they're already
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah,
I remember
exactly.
I made a decision to get rid of the scales. The scales and I fell out because I was like you. I'd reached my target and then I was getting obsessive. I was looking at them every day going up one. And if it was up one, it would ruin my day. I'd be
Yeah.
like, the whole day. I'm like, there's something wrong with me. But I said, those bloody scales. So I thought, the scales and me are finished. And I opened the drawer the other day and I saw them and went, do you remember I was obsessed with
Oh,
you?
I know.
Shut the drawer again. So
I think your clothes are a brilliant one.
You know
Of course,
yourself.
You know yourself when you put your jeans on. It's like, I feel,
Yeah.
quite
No,
nice.
there's days you just know. You just
Yeah.
you just know yourself. You're thinking, I'm feeling.
Yeah,
you
I'm
feel
feeling quite good.
Yes,
today.
use that as your barometer. If you're feeling good, you feel FF.
Uh-huh.
If you're not, ask yourself why. Did I eat too much? Was it drinking a wee bit too much?
Or if I
the
feel
weekend?
not, I have a great friend I walk with like every other day. I just ring the phone and I says, 10 minutes, you go right, okay. And like we're very lucky with Gosford Forest Park, literally less than 10 minutes away.
And
we'll
that's
go and do a
really
big trek,
important. It's
you know.
brilliant. We're the same.
Yep.
If we're feeling down or
Walkies. Is
yes,
it one,
yeah,
it's one word. Walkies question mark.
Yeah, we'll just message it. Ready?
Yeah.
And get the thumb up, or a thumb up, a
lovely
thumb
to
down,
have.
one or the
No,
other.
yeah.
It
so
is
that's
really
great.
important to have that, and even with the fasting, it's hard to do it by yourself. I was thinking I hate going to the gym by myself. So if I go to the gym, I'll be there for 5 minutes and then I'll phone you and go, do you want to go first?
Yes.
But if you go to a class with all the other people or you go with somebody else, you're more likely to stay. And it's the same with fasting.
Yeah,
Isn't
it's
that
community.
right? It is about community.
And that's what I suppose what we've done in Cinch. We're always doing our walks and our
Use our
get-togethers.
It's just unfortunately I'm a wee bit.
I know you're a wee
because I
bit
live in the
far
back end of
away.
nowhere.
Well, we'll get a
but sure.
Gosford one.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
even the
definitely.
Zoom, you're always first on the Zoom.
I love. I know. To me, that's my accountability to keep me focused for the rest of the week.
And we'll have a laugh, don't
We
we?
do. Yeah.
And you're
we
always
do.
no Monday is because you've said I was on the bad juice at the weekend, but I'm back on it.
I know.
And, no,
I
it's
know.
always good cracking full open and all.
Yeah,
that conversations.
there's no point saying, I'm just wonderful. I just never do anything wrong.
No,
There's no such
We're
person.
all human.
no.
There is
I think
no
that's
such
what's
person.
refreshing about you is that you just do live life to the full, and that you enjoy it, but you recognise that what you were doing before wasn't working for you, but you've found something that's very workable.
Oh, it's so easy. And like, people don't believe you sometimes when you say how easy it is.
Yeah.
You know, like there's loads of people ask me, I'm like, how do you do this? And I says, like, I wish you would just join and they'll find out. And, okay, I couldn't do that. Negativity.
Yeah.
Negativity just bounces off people. So there's so more negative people in this world.
There
than
is,
positive,
and
isn't
they
there?
say all the reasons why they shouldn't do it. And I think intermittent fasting is one of those things that is hard in contemplation, but it's easy in
To do.
implementation.
I think it's actually even the name intermittent fasting,
It puts people off.
like it did for me for years. 'Cause
fasting.
even that sounds scientific.
It
doesn't
does.
Exactly.
I
I remember
change the
always
name of it
saying
to
that.
Just cinch.
Yeah, just cinch it.
Just cinch it.
Yeah,
So
no,
much
my
easier.
brother-in-law, I remember when he started about 4 years ago, and he said, I said, do you want whatever I was eating at the time? I said, oh no, I can't eat till 2. And I remember thinking, that can't be good for you.
Yes.
Until you started that issue,
Uh-huh.
and then you start it, and it's like you need to preach to the converted.
I know, I
It's
keep
fine.
telling-
Definitely.
You know, sometimes I see someone, I'm thinking, oh, I wish I could tell you to do that.
I
know.
know. You see people everywhere you go that there's
Don't you?
Yeah.
Just an
know what
epidemic
happens
of obesity.
So much.
and it's just people don't know that this is so easy, so doable, and
Yeah.
you feel amazing.
I know.
And
so
everybody
nice.
can do it.
I
You know,
know.
there's nothing special about us.
There's-
Everybody
I
can
know,
do
the
it.
flip, if I can do it, anybody can do
Yeah,
it.
so
Absolutely.
But like, it's taken me 62 years to do it.
But it's like one of those things you wish somebody had told us it before.
Oh, if I'd have known there was such a thing when I was in my 30s, for goodness sake, you know.
I
But then
bet.
maybe I wouldn't be the person I am today.
exactly.
No, you
It
know,
is what it is.
It is what it is. But we're all enjoying it, and I think
Yeah.
that's a major part of it. Is find the fun in it, and if you
Mhm.
make it an enjoyable experience, it won't be
Yeah.
a chore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
And have a positive mindset.
Yes.
You know, definitely.
Oh,
So
totally. I
much
mean,
of it is
whenever
about your
we-
mindset.
We go away like quite often, and I mean, even with friends, and we've been staying in hotels and things, I say to them, right, no, go use for your breakfast. I'm going for a good walk here. And they think, such a waste of all that lovely breakfast. I says, well, you're welcome to it. I don't
Yeah.
want it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll have it later.
Yeah. I'd
Yeah.
rather make
I'll
clothes
have
fit.
it
Thank you very
later.
much.
Yes.
That's right, and reframe that so that you're feeling amazing in that week, going for that walk,
Yes.
and you're feeling that the fat's burning and that your
Yes,
body's
absolutely.
doing the recycling. So you're reframing it rather than going, oh, I can't eat all that. You know, I'm choosing to go
Yeah,
for a
I'm
walk,
choosing not to.
choosing
I'm
to allow
choosing
my
to be
body,
healthier.
Yes.
and I'll not have a big slump afterwards. They're all going to feel like busted sofas.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to
And
feel
I'd be
amazing.
full of energy,
Yeah.
raring to go.
Yeah.
No, you're absolutely
It
FF.
is
You're an
amazing,
inspirational. And what would you say to anybody who's sitting, thinking, listening, going, that all sounds too good to be true? What would you say to?
It does sound too good to be true. To
Mhm.
be honest, it really does. But like in reality, it's not. It is a fact. I am living proof that if I can do it, anybody can do it. Like honestly, I find it. I sometimes just be amazed how easy it is. And my poor family are fed up listening to me.
You brainwashing them now?
No, but they're just fed up because they say, so all you ever talk about.
So does mine.
So all you ever talk about, and I'm maybe in the car with my daughter, you know, and my phone's linked, you know, to the, you know, the
yes.
computer in the car, and the ding ding and a cinch, you know, all the
Yeah.
WhatsApp, and she said, turn that thing off, turn that thing on. I says, but Jane, I says, you know, it's just my way of life
just
now.
your-
It is my way
Yeah.
of life now, and it's going to continue, and that's it.
Well, we are just so over the moon that a year ago you took the decision
I
to
know.
join
I
us.
know,
It's
you've brought
just-
so
you
much to-
have, you
And
really
it's funny
have.
how one wee person can inspire so
I
many.
know.
You are
Yeah.
fantastic.
Oh, well, thank you,
are.
girls.
And thank
Yeah,
you for
you are
having us.
totally
in your beautiful
FF.
home. You are your FF, and it's a movement now. And
It is.
And we can call it what we want. Each person
Yeah.
can
To their
individually
own.
know what their
Yeah.
F stands for.
Mhm.
But as long as you're FF.
And that is totally it.
Yeah.
Do you want to be spray?
Oh yes.
You
Let's
spray
try
us-
this.
You spray us. Can
There
they
you go.
Oh,
Woo.
get some of this on us.
There we go. Wee bit of
Oh,
FF.
here's lovely. Wee bit of FF. Thank you so much,
There we
Linda.
go.
You're
Love
amazing.
it.
Thank you.
Love it. Thank you.